Hey, it's Allie. I'm here to walk you through your Meal Talk member dashboard so you can know how to use it and what to expect every week. This is the homepage of your dashboard, so every week when you either open an email from me or just want to check out the new weekly meal plan that always gets released on Thursdays, you'll go to this dashboard. You'll scroll down and you'll see the new weekly release of meals. And keep in mind that each weekly plan is designed with intention, making the most of every ingredient while keeping things fun, flavorful, and approachable. Let's dive into this meal plan. I'll always outline the recommended steps to execute the meal plan. So step one, you're going to click on every single recipe, and when you scroll down, all of them are here. When you click on one, like this shredded barbecue chicken power bowl, it will automatically open you up into the full recipe card so you can view all of the details of the recipe. You can decide here as you review these recipes if you want to swap anything out based on your dietary restrictions and needs or what your weekly schedule looks like. I'll show you how to do that when we save the collection in just a minute. So step two is the next column, which is at a glance prep. So I try to outline in detail, but still at a glance, what you need to do to prepare for these recipes. So for instance, this meal plan does have a lot of sauces, which you can always buy store-bought, but if you really want to make all the sauces homemade, I kind of outlined the basics of what you're going to accomplish when you do your weekend or weekly prep. And the other two things like washing and chopping veggies, cooking your quinoa, roasting your sweet potato. Really, I'm just capturing the key components to prioritize when you're prepping on the weekend so that when you execute these meals, they're very easy to assemble. And lastly is the meal highlights. This is where I try to help you categorize these into your week based on when you have the busiest nights or what you have going on in the week. I'll kind of outline really quickly like, hey, this is a one-pot dish or this is a slow cooker meal. So like make sure you have time to prep it in the morning to make your evenings way easier. So as soon as you've reviewed the recipes, you've kind of prepped the recipes at a glance, and you've looked at the meal highlight, next thing you're going to do is save this collection with this button right here. This is a really important step because you can't edit the collection and swap in and out recipes until you save it as a collection to your account. It automatically takes you to your recipe collections, which is just in the tab up here. And so you can go down and see that I have saved week 1, May of 25 meal plan. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and I'm going to see the exact same thing that I just reviewed. And this is where you can actually customize it. This is where I can view and edit this collection to make it personalized to me. So as I review the recipes, keep in mind that these serving sizes are really dependent on if you want leftovers or if you have kids. Anytime I label something as 6 servings, that usually means I can feed my full family of 5 and also have a little bit of leftovers. Anytime it's 4 servings, that's typically a nice portion for my husband and I, and the kids will eat things, but I probably won't have leftovers. I would personally always keep the serving sizes as is so it doesn't mess up the recipe portions too much. If you want to get rid of a recipe in its entirety, like this rainbow rice, maybe my family doesn't love the ingredients or we just don't have time to make all of these recipes, you just click on these 3 little dots and you can go ahead and remove the item right there. Maybe you want to swap in recipes, like you actually want to build out your full meal plan with breakfast and lunch. At the very bottom here, you're going to add items, and you can just click on search recipes and start typing anything you want. So I know my kids love oatmeal. I'm going to make a few batches of oatmeal. I know that my husband loves egg bites. I'm going to make some egg bites for breakfast, and I personally love to have some soups on hand for lunch. So I may batch prep a roasted veggie. When it comes to the at a glance tab, you can do the exact same thing. So you can add items, and instead of searching for recipes, you can just add a note, and you can say to yourself, okay, Saturday morning, I'm going to make that oatmeal, the egg bites, and all of the sauces for the dinner. You can make a note like Sunday, I'm going to make sure that I have all of my ingredients prepped to do the slow cooker first thing on Monday morning. Or you can even type out like the days that you want these specific meals. I don't want to make things too complicated, but you truly have access to fully customize this template. So that's what this change collection structure is. I wouldn't delete anything here because that will completely delete the recipes that I've already categorized for you, the notes I've already typed out. I would simply add notes instead of adding columns or group. The next thing you can do is view all of the nutrition facts, or you can hide them. I'm trying to get those on every one of my recipes to make it helpful for you guys. And then you can print this entire thing. You can print individual recipes or you can print the entire collection. Lastly, we're gonna go shopping. This is another really important step. So the shopping list auto-generates from the original collection, but if you added your own recipes or you swapped out recipes, that is not reflected until you regenerate the shopping list to include those changes. Once my list is generated, I can kind of go through it. You'll see some quantities are hard to capture based on recipes. So avocados are like 5 1/4. I would just obviously round up to like a bag of 6 avocados. Don't overthink the exact quantities that are on this list. The last thing is that when you see clean ingredient homemade pesto, when it comes to sauces, you'll just see the name of the sauce, but without any quantities. So just know that as long as you see the name of the sauce, all of the ingredients that the sauce requires are somewhere in this list. You can edit the list by going to Edit Shopping List, and you can either delete, or you can increase, or you can add your very own ingredient. You can print your list right here, or my favorite is that you can just shop directly from this. When you click on the shopping cart, an icon right here will have stores available to purchase for delivery or pickup. And then you can just go through and the quantities have been added, like 6 avocados. You just go through and double check everything. You can review the full list down here below just to make sure everything looks right. When you're ready, you can just add items to your cart and check out just like that. And back to your recipe dashboard, you can create your own collection and call them Fisher Family Faves. These are maybe like my go-tos on the busiest weeks. I'm going to click on that collection and I can build my own right here. So just like I did with the collections that you have, I have recipes. You can add the same columns like at a glance prep, meal highlights, truly customize this as much as you want. And then you're just gonna add items. So exact same thing as before. You're gonna search recipes. You can search anything and it'll auto-populate everything that is tagged accordingly on my website. And you can add your notes and basically build your own favorites collections right here from your dashboard. And anytime you go back to my recipe collections, you'll see all of those saved all the time. So you could do like favorite slow cooker recipes, best bowl recipes, perfect to go lunch recipes, however you want to build your collection. Go back to meal plans. That is the main dashboard where you'll always see the current week that it is, but also archived weeks. So if you really loved a specific week of meal plans and you want to recreate that for yourself, you can always go to the meal plan tab. If you guys have any questions as you're going through this process and utilizing the Meal Talk membership dashboard, please do not hesitate to reach out either on my email or directly through Instagram. Can't wait for you guys to give it a try.